So yesterday we saw this story that popped out. This was courtesy of a lot of folks online. Said add MAGA to your EA tag equals insta permaban. Cool, bro. And we looked at this, and this says this image appears to be fake. This is actually a new community tab here, right? Community here, and we actually have the person who said this is their post. I hope we're getting this right. I hope he's not just going to come on and be an asshole. I don't know. I've never spoken to him. Let's find out. Bring on Pageosphere. Hello. How are you?
Hi.
Howdy.
How are you?
Am I too loud?
No, you're good.
Okay, cool.
How
Awesome.
are you? Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me on. And yeah, let me have an opportunity to talk about this thing. And yeah, appreciate you for that.
Yeah, sure. So you're the guy who got banned. This is you here, just to confirm?
Yeah, that's my account. I was banned. Well, I was banned several times. This was the final one. I had pinned the string of emails, which Blabs was patient enough to deal with me trying to figure out, okay, how do I thread this? How do I do this?
Yeah.
I'm going to break my laptop because it's annoying, but she was patient enough to walk me through that. So,
okay. So first question here, we'll get to the history here because let's just start at the root here. This says you've been banned, and it says the violation context. It says persona name Xbox, and I'm guessing this is your gamer tag here, MAGA Ramzan.
Right.
Okay. And it says you've committed several violations or broken our rules multiple times. You can't play EA games on an account anymore. We've removed your payment details from our system, so you can't. So you won't get any more charges from us. Okay, first and foremost, is this fake?
No, not at all. And I have all 7 email exchanges between EA and myself, showing what they sent to me. And and that's going back as far as I think the first ban was in 2022.
Okay. So why were you first banned in 2022?
Yeah. I mean, they threw me off because I had MAGA in my tag. I mean, that's what they told me. Let me see if I can. I'm totally professional,
That's okay. Welcome to the show.
Let me, yeah. Let me see if I can. I have notes, but I want to pull up the actual emails because it's a little bit more.
Craig, if you use the thread that I put in the document that has the clear emails and everything.
And the thread that's okay.
There's 2 threads because the one that he posted, the images aren't very clear for some reason. Twitter lowered the resolution, so I went in and labeled everything saying email 1, email 2, so you can follow along.
Great, thank you.
But so I have the first email pulled up. This is December 27th, and this was 2022. It said, "Hello, we received a report about your account or profile name. It may be the name you created on another platform. This name breaks our positive play charter," which is what I didn't even know about that. I know they have terms of service, but I never heard of that. Because you may have used words or phrases that may harm others or negatively disrupt the game.
And that being Ramzan, clearly, yes? Right.
Yeah. yeah, obviously that highly offensive Ramzan going around.
Okay.
But then underneath it says, even if the content was intended as a joke, it may still disrupt the game for others.
So this was in 2022.
Right.
So you got banned for your name then, which look, we saw, it was a different time, obviously, not too long ago. We saw that people were, look, it was almost like a witch hunt. During that time.
Yeah, the Biden administration.
Right.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Right. So you saw that, and this is in 2022. The second email here was after you responded to them, or did you respond to them? And then they said, I saw this, who said they received the email right here. This was email number 2, I believe you put in there, Blabs, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And it looks like you had kind of a back and forth between them. Here, this was in December 22nd, and then you had a third email December 28th here. And this all goes back to your username here, MAGA Ramzan here.
Yep.
Yes. And it looks like you had another one on January 3rd where they pretty much just said, "Hey, sorry, sucker, you're out." Is that right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. That's what they did.
Okay, so you got bitch slapped for having the name MAGA in your username here.
Yep.
Why are we seeing this story now? What is this? Did it pop back up? Did you reuse your username? Did you how did this? This was 2.5 years ago at this point.
Right.
Why are we now seeing this, or is this an old story that we're just rehashing?
Yeah. So so they banned me for a second time. That was a week long. I don't know if that was the 4th or 5th email. Yeah, the second ban was on the 5th email, and that was for a week. And it was the same thing again. Let me see if I can. Let's see, 1, 2, 3.
Same thing as in your name.
Right. This is what they said. They said, we want to notify you again. Found your EA account to be in violation of our rules of conduct. So now they said it's rules of conduct. The first time it was
yeah. Now it's harassment. Right.
Yeah.
They've elevated it at this
right.
point, because initially it was just like, hey, you're not within our player whatever the positive play charter was the first phrase they used, and now they say it is straight up harassment for having MAGA in your name. That's interesting. Okay, all right.
Yeah. They said, while reviewing your account, we identified the following violation: Apex Legends, harassment, MAGA Ramson. And then, of course, they do the whole corporate speak. They're like, being part of a gaming community should be positive, fun, and fair, and safe for all, unless, of course, you have MAGA in your tag. This means that we take any breaches of our rules of conduct, including toxic behavior, very seriously. We outline our commitment to this in our positive play charter.
Okay, so this is actually a very big question. During this time, as you're playing, are you going through and just being a total asshat and calling people all sorts of bad things, or is it strictly your name?
No, I mean, number one, I communicate on a mic, but it's only with people that I invite into the party chat and that sort of thing. Mm-hmm. I'm not toxic towards anybody about it. I just, that's my name. In fact, my original screen name was Ramson89, and I changed it to MAGA because I had heard stories about people that said, well, I was friends with this person until they told me they voted for Trump or they were MAGA or whatever, Mm-hmm. And so I put that as kind of an icebreaker, okay, well, if you're going to add me as a friend, where I'm coming from the beginning, mm-hmm. so that there's no potential issues. Of course, there's no guarantees, but that was the idea. And I just played the game, and then I had, I had people apparently reported me multiple times for it. I don't know. It's a real head scratcher to me. I mean, it's, and considering the fact that people who have played know the types of absolutely disgusting usernames out there that actually do violate terms of service that don't get reported. I'm the type of person, look, if you had I love Biden in your tag, which almost made me throw up saying it, but if you had that, hey, that's fine. I'm not going to sit there and report you. I'm not going to harass you. I may or may not play with you, but that's your choice for me as well.
This actually, it's kind of funny because this reminds me, I had a buddy who had a gamer tag named Kuma Sheen, and mm-hmm. Kuma is a player in Tekken, and because he was a Kuma machine, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like cum machine.
Yep.
So he got banned for that. Just kind of a fun thing. So okay, so once again, I just want to make sure I get the timeline correct here. 2022, you're banned, right?
Yeah.
You have this email correspondence, and it seems like it was a couple of years before this new email here, this final email, the 7th email. Here, it happened out of nowhere. Is that kind of what happened? It just like out of nowhere you get an email saying you're banned?
Yeah, so I had actually done an appeal to, I think it was the second ban. I did the initial appeal that I replied to, and then I did a second one, but this time I did it directly on their website, trying to get that, even though the ban had already passed, I wanted it rescinded because I just, it's like I fundamentally didn't do anything wrong. I mean, I know it's perceived as such, but I wanted it rescinded, and then of course they said the matter was closed. So then this last ban came after I sent them an email, or I sent them a reply, because of the after they said that they basically threatened permanent ban. And I sent them a reply, and I said, look, I've pled my case before. I violated no rules whatsoever, and you all know it. The only thing I violated here is someone's feelings. I'm not changing my tag. If you want to ban me for loving and standing for my country, do so. If you want to respect, give me 1 second. I'm sorry, my mother is at the door. I have to take this.
By all means. Well, hey, I think we're good. We'll let you go. We appreciate you hopping in with us, but thanks so much for the background on the story. Appreciate you, brother.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Great stuff. All right. Interesting to say the least. And the only thing I would have asked him was simply, that I think the timeline on it it's long, right? It seems like the back and forth correspondence over the course of 2.5 years is a long time, but
I think it's just like false flagging him for having that username, and like EA Games just not even like, or Xbox, whoever, not checking everything thoroughly and just being extremely biased. And like everything I've understood is that it was always a suspension. And then because he never changed his tag, they were like, that's it, permaban forever and ever and ever. You're permanently banned. And that's how I see it.
Well, it'd be really tough if he was a really big like magazine lover and you wanted to showcase that in his gamer tag as well. Something along it'd be tough. So
maybe MAGA just stands for Make Awesome Games Again.
Maybe. But hey, that apparently appears to be hateful. Well, look, a lot of times the internet, it goes back and forth. I'll tell you this right now. We have learned right now the internet is wrong. The image may appear to be fake. It is 100% real, according to a viewer, a normal person, normal man who watches our show. So now this is why you watch, right? Hardcore video game journalism. We know.
There was somebody on Twitter who had said, if he's like, I'm willing to bet that there are people out there that have Antifa in their name.
Oh, definitely.
And they're fine. That has no, oh no, you're okay. But somebody puts MAGA in their name and oh my God, ban them from the earth.
I'm actually surprised that Twitter post hasn't enough votes to say that was fake.
Well, because he only posted everything last night. So it was like hours and hours after that post went viral and everything. And people don't like.
Only source is just Reddit posts of other people's bans.
Yeah.
It's like,
people
that's
don't
not
like
a reliable source.
Or
I did my job and said, no, this is bad. This is a bad community note. But it's going to take a lot more no's to correct it.
Well, maybe what we'll do is we'll clip the video. We will quote tweet and put it in as a response and let people know that we have literal documentation and we spoke to the guy who got banned and we have gotten to the bottom of it. So we can undo the community note on that tab right there, which is great. Your dad said you should hit the subscribe button. Don't disappoint dad.